as Eric outlined, I'm going to focus today really on a short update on La Romana, which is our copper discovery in southern Spain, but really put a lot more emphasis on the exploration potential, the new targets that we've been generating. So, and really outline why I believe that our first discovery is not the only one. We're going to make hopefully 2 or 3 or maybe more. So, quick update. We've got a pretty unique land position in the Iberian Pirate Belt, about 5,700 hectares. What really is unique about it, it had remained unexplored really since the mid-1980s. And that's unusual in the Pirate Belt, which is pretty heavily explored. Our first holes into our first target were discovery holes, where we tested a gravity anomaly, the La Romana gravity target, where we hit high-grade VMS, or volcanogenic massive sulphide style copper mineralisation. You can see the results there. Hole number 2, 20-odd metres at a percent, bit of tin, as included a 7-metre section of 2.5% copper and 0.23% tin from about 30 metres below surface. We're surrounded by mines or new development projects. This has got excellent infrastructure, but it really is the upside that remains not only at La Romana, the original discovery, but also on these many new targets, and we've been generating a whole bunch more in the last few months with all the work we've been doing. So earlier this year, I announced a 20,000 metre drill program. About 20 to 25% of that was for testing strike extensions of the La Romana discovery. But the bulk of that drill meterage is earmarked for new targets. And we're about to start testing some of those now. The La Romana discovery where we're at the moment, we're still waiting on a bunch of results. We've got 2 rigs operating there at the moment. Some metallurgical test work, hopefully to report very shortly, and other work as well. In addition, just recently we reported completion of a large high-resolution airborne magnetic and magnetic survey. That's generated a whole bunch of new targets, but it's also helping to rank and prioritise some of the other targets that we've been generating. So really, with all the work that we've been doing the first half of this year, really blitzing the area with geochemistry, ground geophysics, etc., geology, etc., we're looking at now a program of at least 50 to 70 drill holes with 3 drill rigs testing maybe a half a dozen new targets over the next few months. So just to put us into perspective, we're on the eastern end of the Iberian Pirate Belt. It's an area with excellent infrastructure. Not many people realise there's 7 large operating mines in the belt with major players. Almost every inch of the Pirate Belt is covered with mineral rights. So, we've got a pretty good position here. Just to the east of us, First Quantum mining Las Cruces, right next door to us, Grupo Mexico. In the other direction, you've got 4 mines with Atalaya Mines operation and Sandfire's 3 mines. And you probably saw they spent about 1.8 billion recently purchasing those mines just recently. So just looking at the location, the yellow line's the outline of the property, the project area, the La Romana discovery, the red blob in the south. But you can see the proximity to Atalaya's mining operation. That's the site of probably the world's largest volcanogenic massive sulphide deposit in the world, where the Rio Tinto company began. They're mining it's an open pit copper mine today, going a very good project. Right next door to us, Grupo Mexico, they're looking to restart the Los Frailes mine. And you can see the 2 open pits right next door to our property. They were both mined by Boliden many years ago. So I think from my understanding, Grupo Mexico are ready to start construction. And off to the east, you've got Las Cruces. That was one of the world's highest grade open pit copper mines in the world until recently. They're just starting now transitioning to underground. So we've got good neighbours. We're really a hugely prospective area. And as I said, remained untouched for the last 30, 40 years. So, we've made one discovery, testing our first target, but we've got a whole bunch of other targets. And VMS deposits typically occur in clusters. So you find one, the expectation is you will find another. So it's very unusual in the Pirate Belt to not find more of these deposits nearby. So I've just put the Neves Corvo mine camp at the same scale next door just to illustrate what I'm talking about here. So yeah, we're just starting to test or look at testing some of these many other targets we've got in this pretty amazing package of ground. So just a couple of slides now on Laramana. We've been focused really on drilling a sort of a 1.3 kilometre by sort of 0.4 kilometre area. We've now got about 130 odd drill holes into this. It's still open in several directions. The most recent results we put out, just highlighted in yellow there, hole 114, 6.7 metres at 3% copper, again, just from a few metres below surface. You can see all the yellow dots, those are holes that we've completed. We're waiting for results, and I should have some results to report again very shortly. Just a couple of cross sections. Again, just a very simple geometry. It's an open pit target. We've got high grades near surface. You can see the section on the right, some very wide zones of mineralisation with copper over about a 120 metre zone. Again, another section here, completely open at depth. 70 metre thickness includes 50 metre section there at nearly 1% copper. So this is got some real size potential here. All right, so now just turning quickly to the regional target. So this is we've been busy doing some detailed gravity survey over the area. Now, gravity is a really important exploration tool in the Iberian Pirate Belt. Many discoveries have been made by drilling gravity anomalies. The Las Cruces deposit was found by drilling a gravity anomaly. Los Frailes, which is shown there, that gravity anomaly you can see was drilled and led to the discovery. That's a 70 million tonne deposit. You can see the gravity anomaly. Sorry, how do I go back here? Associated with the Asno-Coya ore body as well, and that's a 90 million tonne deposit. And then you can see the gravity anomaly associated with Laramana. And that obviously we tested that and we made a discovery. And then we've got all of these other big gravity anomalies which are untested, and why I think we've got excellent potential here to make additional discoveries. So in addition to the gravity surveying, we've been doing geochemistry. You can see on the left some soil geochemistry map and zinc geochemistry map, a number of very discrete big geochemical anomalies. This coincide with gravity anomalies as well. On the right, there's some of the results of the recent electromagnetic survey. Those sort of red and yellow worms, if you like, those are conductors. So really we've got multiple layers of information now with gravity, geochemistry, and electrical conductivity, and then further ground geophysics, all lining up, and we're now at the position where we're ready to drill some of these targets. So just zooming in on the area near Laramana, you can see the gravity anomaly, the red outline where we've been drilling. But then just to the east, you can see a very big gravity anomaly called Bravo, completely untested. It's a pretty exciting target. On the southern flank of it, we've got an old IP anomaly, and in the new electromagnetic survey results, we've got a conductor as well. So, given that everything seems to be dipping to the north, this is a combination of coincident, gravity, IP, electromagnetics, great location immediately along strike of Laramana. So, we're dead keen to get in there and start doing some work on that. We've been held back from doing groundwork there for the last few months while we're waiting for the crops to be harvested, sunflowers and wheat. That's all happening at the moment, so we should be onto this area in the coming weeks. Bravo Norte, you can see another target there. There's another one called Barbacena off on the left of the slide there, which is another coincident electromagnetic conductor anomaly with a gravity anomaly and geochemistry. So everything lining up here, completely untested. This is under shallow cover. Really strong target, and this is really a new target for us. Another area, this is up in the north of the project area. We've got, again, a 2.5 kilometre trend of alteration with a string of gravity anomalies and coincident copper geochemistry. There is also some old mine workings in part of it, and they were mining for copper up until the start of the First World War, and then there's been no exploration here, no work really since then. So it's, again, a pretty unusual situation given the proximity to other mines in this area. So you've got 10 to 12 holes planned there. That drilling is going to start in the next week or two. So again, a pretty exciting target. We've also got in the new airborne EM survey a conductor anomaly. It's a blue line. That's a conductor coincident with the trend of geochemistry, gravity, etc. So again, everything lining up. I'm very optimistic we're going to hit mineralisation in this target. Again, it's a pretty sizable target. Then another area, the La Jarosa area. We got in there and drilled some early holes. We drilled 4 holes. And the first of those holes we reported early this year hit 9.5 metres at 1.2% copper. We're still waiting for results for another three of those holes. That should be in the next batch, hopefully. But we've got another half a dozen holes ready to drill there to continue to follow up the La Jarosa result. But again, we've already hit mineralisation there. It's now a case of seeing where it goes. In addition, we've got a big gravity anomaly to the south, or Pilar and Pilar South and the Bravo Norte anomaly, all completely untested. Again, this is part of this southern area that we've been waiting for the crops to be harvested so we can get in there. We're going to do a little bit of ground IP, etc., and then we're looking to drill another sort of 8 to 10 drill holes testing those targets. So, yeah, this is just a sample of some of the targets that we're looking at the moment. So, anyway, hopefully it gives you a flavour of where we're going here. So, looking at our capital structure, we've got at the end of January, our last financial statement, we had about $15.5 million in the bank. So we're well financed. We've got plenty of money for all the work we've got laid out at present, and also plenty of money for a follow-up program if we need it. So, yeah, we're in really great shape from that perspective. So we've also got some warrants that are due to expire in early July. So assuming they're all exercised, that'll bring another 1.7 million into the account. So, yeah, I think we've got a pretty good story here. It's a near-surface copper discovery in a mining-friendly part of the world in Europe, which is copper-hungry. So, yeah, watch this space. I think we're going to make more discoveries. Thanks very much, Eric.